Ordered.
Madam Chair, I rise in support of the bipartisan agreement that will reauthorize PEPFAR for an additional 5 years. I want to thank both the chair of the committee, Howard Berman, the new, very capable and able chair of the committee, Howard Berman, as well as my longtime friend, the ranking member, Ms. Ross Layton, for their crafting of this legislation and naming it the Tom Lantos Henry Hyde United States Global Leadership Against AIDS, HIV, AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria Reauthorization Act of 2008. And in so doing, I think enhances, once again, the legacy of both of these fine gentlemen. Let me say from the start, I support the strong program and will urge my colleagues to do the same. The first 5 years of PEPFAR have provided unprecedented prevention, care, and treatment of HIV AIDS for millions around the world. By passing this bill, we can and we will do more. Through PEPFAR, the United States has spearheaded the global fight against HIV/AIDS by supporting services to prevent mother-to-child HIV transmission. These services have helped women during more than 10 million pregnancies and led to the prevention of more than 150,000 infant infections. It has supported life-saving treatment for almost 1.5 million men, women, and children. In the focus countries, over 60% of those receiving treatment are women and girls. It is my honor to say that I have supported this program from when it was first introduced before this body, and I worked to ensure that PEPFAR was as effective and as efficient as possible. An example of this bipartisan effort was the inclusion of language which I championed to emphasize education on gender equality and respect for women and girls. The Reauthorization Act strengthens these provisions by calling for the empowerment of women and youth and by promoting changes in male behavior and attitudes that respect the human rights of women and youth and that support and foster gender equity. However, let me be equally clear, this bill could do so much more and could prevent many more infections if it improved a critical partnership with these programs in the fields that have served women and their families for over 4 decades.
Gentleman's time has expired.
Mr. Chair, can I have an additional minute?
I yield an additional minute to the gentleman from New York.
The gentleman is recognized for 1 additional minute.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That is in the field of family planning. The House version of the U.S. Global AIDS Act contains language suggesting that only family planning programs complement with the global gag rule will be eligible to receive PEPFAR funds to provide HIV education, counseling, and testing. I believe that this would be a new restriction. No such requirement exists in current law or policy. And I believe if we're serious about preventing the most new infections, we need to put aside our political differences on the merits of the global gag rule and ensure that the very best in the field have the support of the U.S. to do what they need to do, and that is prevent the spreading of HIV and AIDS. And with that, Madam Chair, I will yield back